my name's Ollie and this is Busy Beater. I'm a 40-something climber who tends to find that climbing content isn't necessarily geared for people who lead quite busy lives. I've got a family, I've got a full-time job, sometimes a bit more than full-time, and I struggled sometimes to find the time and the energy to put into the climbing that I love. And so I wanted to create a channel for people who are probably in a similar-ish position to me, as well as general climbers. Really wanted to put out some general climbing content, stuff that most people will enjoy, but also some stuff that's really targeted specifically towards people who are a bit like me, where your life's a little bit hectic. You're trying to squeeze stuff in here and there. Sometimes it can be a real struggle to keep climbing, to keep improving, to get a feel of that kind of sense of achievement as you manage to do things that maybe you haven't done before. It can be really tough when you don't have time to be able to spend on it. And so that's really what this channel is going to be all about. Bring you fun, interesting climbing stuff, as well as some things that are really targeted for those who just struggle to get the time. A bit about me, my background: I've been climbing for quite a long time, probably more than 15 years now. Yeah, something like that, probably more than 15 years, which is a long time. I got a couple of kids. I have a job, as I say, that is often has me working a little bit later in the day, often starting in normal kind of time, 9ish, and working maybe till 6, 7. Sometimes working evenings, but not too often. But it really does eat up most of the day, most days. On the weekends, usually with the family, or tired out really from the week, and so I find that climbing can sometimes be a little bit tough for me. As I say, climbing for quite a long time now, and first started out trad climbing. I think the second time ever I climbed was down in Swanage. I did a route called Chockney. I think it was a V-diff. And my mate just handed me the gear. I didn't know what I was doing at all. And he handed me the gear and just said, "You'll be right. Go ahead, stick the bits in the rock and just don't fall off." And I climbed once indoors before that, and that was it. But I had a great time. It was really good, and it kind of got me hooked. I didn't really look back at that point. So I started doing quite a bit of trad. Got into sport climbing as well, of course, and just did a real mix for quite a long time. Really didn't really get into bouldering too much at that time. But over time, what I found was that actually, as life got busier, and some of my climbing partners that I would typically climb with kind of dropped by the wayside. People's lives change as they get a little bit older. They all got other dependencies. They had other commitments that they had to deal with, other responsibilities, and slowly, bit by bit, a lot of the climbing partners kind of fell off. And what I found was that it was starting to get tricky. I wanted climbing to be something I could kind of do when I could, and if I had an opportunity to go out for a day outdoors, I wanted to just be able to jump on it, and I was struggling to do that. So probably about 5 or so years ago, I switched pretty much entirely to just bouldering, just to give me that flexibility that I could, even if someone's not available, I can grab my mat, I can grab my shoes, and I can just head out and get on with like a really nice day outdoors. And so I pretty much primarily boulder now, but sometimes get back on the rope and just have a bit of fun. But I mainly kind of focus on bouldering right at this time. I'm kind of fortunate, I suppose, in where I am. There's a few kind of climbing walls near me. I do have a little kind of gym area that I built in my garage. I'll show that at some point in a future video. But really, even with those things, it's a struggle sometimes to be able to have the energy and the commitment to be able to get into climbing. As I say, that's one of the things I really want to touch on this channel. As much as possible, I want to try and tailor tips towards people who are going to struggle to get the time to do things like some say on some channels, climb more, or climbing multiple times a day, or doing some kind of training multiple times a day, which just for me, unfortunately, and probably for a lot of people, is just unrealistic. So that's really why I started up driving this sort of channel, and wanting to put out some of this content for people, because I think, well, I hope anyway, that it might help some of you who have felt they're in a similar position to me. I really hope you enjoy the channel. If you like some of the content I'm putting out, please give them a thumbs up, comment, give me feedback, give me some suggestions for things that you'd like to see me do or talk about. I've seen a lot over the years, and I'm happy to kind of put out whatever content would be interesting for people. I've got a whole bunch of ideas of things that are going to come out over the coming months, so keep an eye out for those. Please subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss them, and hit the bell so that you always know when new stuff comes out. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.